Our mission is to recreate our great history and stories in easy and attractive ways so we can continue our legacy to coming generations. You can help in this cause by subscribing to our channel. This will help us to be strong. By subscribing to our channel, you become a vital part of this journey. Your support empowers us to share the tales that define us, ensuring our legacy endures. Subscribe now and strengthen our endeavor to pass down the beauty of our past to the generations to come. Again, Vikram captured Betal and started his journey towards his destination, and Betal started third story after praising Vikramaditya's bravery. Once, there was a king named Chandrasekar who ruled over a place called Ananthavan. People loved him because he was a good and wise king. However, the king was feeling a bit restless because he couldn't find a beautiful girl to marry and make his queen. Despite his wealth and comfort, this was his only worry. One day, feeling stressed, the king decided to go on a hunt to clear his mind. While hunting in the forest with his followers, he became so eager to explore the deeper parts of the forest that he rode ahead alone on his horse. The horse, spurred by the king's urgency, ran incredibly fast and took him to a different forest. Feeling confused in this new place, the king wandered around until he found a lake. He gave water to his horse and drank some himself. Tired, he sat under a tree and looked around to ease his fatigue. The king noticed a Rishi Kanya sitting with her friend under a tree. When he saw how beautiful she was, he thought, "Who is this? Could this be Mohini?" With that in mind, the king went over to her. The girl also noticed the king and was captivated by his looks. She wondered, who is this person coming into the forest? Is he a devata or a celestial being? He looks pleasing to everyone. Thinking this and glancing shyly at the king, she started to leave. However, the king approached her and said, "Hey there, beautiful. How do you guys at the ashram welcome a man who has come from far away, seen you for the first time, and just wants to meet you? Why are you running away?" Surprised by the king's words, the girl's friend made her sit and welcomed the king. Curious, the king asked with affection, "My dear, which noble family does your friend belong to? What are the sweet-sounding letters in her name? And why does this forest seem deserted?" Upon hearing this, her friend explained, "This is Maharishi Bhrugu's daughter, named Devajyoti. With her father's permission, she came to this lake for a bath. Her father's ashram is not too far from here." Happy to learn this, the king got on a horse and headed to Sage Bhrugu's ashram to seek the girl. When he arrived, he respectfully worshipped the sage's feet. The wise sage welcomed him and advised, "Listen carefully, Vatsa, Chandrasekar. You understand the fear of death that living beings have, so why needlessly kill innocent deer? The Creator gave Kshatriyas weapons to protect your people with righteousness, defeat your enemies, enjoy your kingdom, be generous, and make a good name for yourself. Give up the addiction to violent hunting, as it causes troubles and confusion for both the hunter and the prey. Haven't you heard the story of King Pandu?" Hearing the sage's words, the king, with respect, said, "Munivar, your teachings have been kind. I give up hunting." Pleased, the sage said, "I am satisfied with your promise to spare living beings. Ask for the boon you desire." The king requested, "Munivar, if you are pleased with me, give me your daughter, Devajyoti." In response, the sage happily married his daughter to him. King and Devajyoti started towards his city, and it was already night as they journeyed. The king noticed a peepal tree by a pond. Seeing the area covered with branches and leaves, and having a green canopy, he decided to spend the night there. Getting off his horse, he slept on a bed of green grass under the same tree with his wife, Devajyoti. That night passed quickly for the king as he enjoyed his time with Devajyoti. When morning arrived, the king got up from his bed. After finishing his evening prayers and bringing his wife along, he started moving forward to meet his army. Suddenly, a Brahmarakshasa appeared and got angry, saying to the king, "You scoundrel! I am a demon named Jwalamukh, and this peepal tree is my home. Even the gods cannot disrespect it. When I went for a walk at night, you attacked this place and spent the night here with your wife. Now you'll face the consequences of your disobedience. You were so lost in desire that you kept losing consciousness. I will take out your heart, eat it, and drink your blood." The king politely pleaded, "I committed this mistake unknowingly. Please forgive me. I will bring you any human or animal of your choice to satisfy you. So, please give up your anger and be happy." Hearing the king's words, the Brahmarakshasa calmed down. He thought, "Well, what harm is there in this?" and said, "Grant me the gift of a son who, at the age of 7, is brave, intelligent, and willingly sacrifices himself for you. When he is killed, his mother should throw him on the ground, and their parents should hold his hands and feet firmly. If you kill him with a sword, then I will forgive your disobedience. Otherwise, Rajan, I will soon kill you along with your army." Out of fear, the king agreed to his conditions. The king rode on the horse with Devajyoti and left in search of his army, but his mind was very sad. He thought to himself, "I got too caught up in hunting and desires, and now I'm in trouble, just like Pandu. Where can I find a suitable gift for Brahmarakshasa? Maybe I should go back to my city and see if there's something valuable there." He returned to his city, Ananthavan, with his army and wife. The people in the capital celebrated because the king had found a suitable wife, but he spent the rest of the day feeling sad. The following day, he recounted the entire incident to his ministers. One of the ministers, Sumit, reassured him, saying, "Don't worry, Your Majesty. I will find and bring a suitable gift because there are many amazing things on earth." The minister promptly had a golden statue of a 7-year-old boy crafted, adorned with gems, and placed it on a palanquin. They announced in cities, villages, and pastures that a 7-year-old Brahmin boy was willing to sacrifice himself for the well-being of everyone. The announcement mentioned that the boy would seek permission not only from his parents and the king but also have his parents present when he sacrificed. In return, the king would reward the boy with the golden and gem-studded idol and 100 villages. A brave and kind 7-year-old Brahmin boy heard the announcement. He approached the trumpeters and said, "I will volunteer for this. I'll go talk to my parents and come back." The trumpeters were overjoyed by the boy's words and granted him permission. When he returned home, the child humbly folded his hands and spoke to his parents, "I am offering my mortal body for the well-being of all living beings. Please bless me, and in doing so, free yourselves from poverty. The king will reward me with a statue of myself, adorned with gold and gems, along with 100 villages. I will give it to you, lifting you out of poverty and fulfilling my duties. Your liberation from poverty will open the doors to having many more children." Upon hearing these words, the parents were shocked. "Son, have you lost your mind? Are you facing troubles at home?" Undeterred, the determined boy replied, "Please hear my sincere words. This body is filled with indescribable impurities. It is a source of suffering from the moment of birth, a temporary abode destined for destruction. Wise people say the true essence lies in earning virtues for the greater good of all living beings. And if there is love and devotion for parents in that pursuit, then what could be more rewarding than being born in a body? With a heavy heart, the determined boy convinced his parents to accept his wish. He then approached the king's servants, presenting the golden idol and a deed for 100 villages, which he handed to his parents. He journeyed to Ananthavan with his parents to meet the king. Upon their arrival, King Chandrasekar, witnessing the child's unwavering spirit, was filled with joy. He understood that the gem that would safeguard them had taken the form of that child. The king adorned the child with flowers and fragrant sandalwood paste, placing him on the back of an elephant alongside his parents. Together, they journeyed to Brahmarakshasa. Upon arrival, the king constructed an altar beneath a peepal tree and offered it to the flames. Suddenly, a grinning demon appeared. The king, showing respect, spoke, "Demon King, today marks the 7th day of my vow. As promised, I have brought this human gift for you. Please accept it with due regard." In response, Brahmarakshasa gazed at the Brahman's son, licking his lips. The brave child, filled with joy, contemplated that the virtue gained by donating his body might not lead to a heaven or salvation that excludes helping others. Still, his body would be a source of charity in every subsequent birth, proving beneficial. As the child pondered, the sky burst into a shower of flowers from the plains of gods. The child was then presented before Brahmarakshasa, with the mother holding hands and the father holding feet. As the king raised his sword to strike, the boy uttered a statement that astonished everyone, Brahmarakshasa included. All activity ceased as they stared at the child's face with bowed heads. Betal, concluding this gripping tale, turned to King Vikramaditya with an emotional plea, "King, I am burning with curiosity to know why the child laughed even in the face of death. If you withhold the reason, despite knowing it, your head will be divided into 100 pieces." In the end, King Vikramaditya couldn't keep silent any longer. He spoke, saying, "Betal, listen carefully. A vulnerable creature, when faced with fear, instinctively calls out to their parents for protection. If they are not around, the plea goes to the king, as kings are meant to safeguard the people. When even the king's support is lacking, one turns to their family deity." In that child's case, everyone was present, but all had turned against him. His parents, driven by greed, held his hands and feet, the king, willing to kill him to save his own life, and the Brahmarakshasa, disguised as a god, intended to devour him. Witnessing such irony among those foolish people over a perishable, disease-ridden body with a bitter end, even when the same body that houses Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, and Shankar is destined for destruction, the child was surprised. He marveled at their strange desire to preserve the very body. The child, in his surprise and happiness at realizing his wish was granted, laughed. Upon hearing this, Betal responded, "King, you are absolutely correct. But since you've spoken, I must depart with the lifeless body." I hope you enjoyed the story. If you like it, please subscribe to our channel, Invasion India. Also share and comment to make us better. You can check out our website invasionindia.in. Click the bell icon to get notified for our new stories. Thanks for your time. We'll meet soon in the next story. Till then, let's explore.